Hello, this is Dr. Jack Wolfson, board certified cardiologist, and welcome to my presentation, The Hidden Cause of Your Disease and What to Do About It. We can also call it mold, a 21st century health crisis, whatever you want to call it. This is a major factor, and you're going to hear some major truths about what to do about it. I'm Dr. Jack Wolfson. I'm a board certified cardiologist. I spent 10 years in a large cardiovascular group. I spent 10 years in medical training. I was a senior partner at a large cardiology group, director of cardiac rehab, chairman of medicine, one of the Phoenix, Arizona's top doctors in 2011. I was at the pinnacle of private practice cardiology, if there is such a thing. And then I left that to open up my own practice, Wolfson Integrative Cardiology, and the doctorswolfson.com. Since then, I've been named top holistic MD. I've been all over print and mainstream media. I was named by Dr. Josh Axe one of the top 50 functional medicine doctors, along with Dr. Oz and my friend Dr. Kelly Brogan and Mark Hyman and Isabella Wentz that are pictured here. I've spoke all over Paleo Effects, Freedom Fest, Truth About Cancer, Healthcare, Integrative Healthcare Symposium for Mark Hyman in New York. I spoke at the Integrative Healthcare Symposium for the Texas Heart Institute. And then up in Toronto a couple years ago, the International Society for Orthomolecular Medicine. I am the author of the Amazon bestseller, The Paleo Cardiologist, The Natural Way to Heart Health. We've got 200 pages in there, over 300 references, 17 chapters on the natural way to heart health and total body health and wellness. So whatever it is, whatever your health issue is, this is the way to go. This is how you're going to get the best results. This is a picture of my beautiful bride, and my beautiful bride is an absolute fighter. She's a warrior for all things health and wellness, for adults, children, animals, you name it. And it's been a little difficult for her to be this type of fighter because she has health issues of her own, like so many people do. Intermittent dizziness and brain fog and fatigue and sleeplessness, and for years she's had problems with weight gain. Most people would love to have that problem, but not in this fashion. So as we kind of go over what her issues are, nobody can figure out what her health issues are from. Why is she having the brain fog, fatigue, weight issues, intermittent dizziness, just not feeling right? Like something is a matter and nobody can figure out why. Because this is what the medical doctors, think causes disease. They think it's genetics. They think that you've got a genetic problem that is leading to your issues. Like let me say this, we've been on this planet for millions of years. Our genetics are pretty darn perfect until the environment screws it up. It is not about our bad genetics. Something has to trigger our genes. Is it bad luck? Well, everybody's getting it, or you're just getting older, or everybody's got their something. All that is true, but I'm going to help explain why. Is it a lack of drugs? Is it a lack of pharmaceuticals? Is heart disease from a lack of statin drugs? Is brain disease from a lack of dementia drugs? Is Parkinson's from a lack of Parkinson's drugs or blood pressure drugs? On and on and on. Trust me, I spent 16 years in this system. I know what they think. And fundamentally, they think that these pharmaceuticals should be in the water supply. Is it from lack of surgeries? Is coronary artery disease and symptoms from it? Is it because we haven't had bypass surgery yet? I know these sound simple, and I'm being somewhat sarcastic on some of this here. But again, this is what mainstream medical thinks are causing issues. And then fundamentally, they don't care what the cause is. They're not interested in care. They're not interested in cause, excuse me. They are interested in getting you out of the office with a diagnosis as quick as possible and putting you on a pharmaceutical or scheduling a surgery. And again, I hate to sound cynical or sarcastic, and I would be those things if I didn't see it with my own eyes for 16 plus years. And I've seen it now on my job as a holistic cardiologist for 7 years. And I've seen the patients that talk about these issues. And in case you didn't see, I'm wearing the doctor's Wolfson shirt as well for this presentation. Nice organic cotton shirt of what this is. Now I'm here to tell you that a lot of issues in the 21st century health crisis is mold toxicity and the toxic poisons that are released from the mold. Now, bear with me because I got a lot of information, but if you're looking for a lot of answers, I've got it for you in this presentation. I think we'll probably go about 45 minutes. I'll try and keep it to 45, but I've got so much value that I want to give you on this presentation. So here I'm going to tell you about the symptoms of mold toxicity. I've already told you about some of those my wife has experienced. How mold and mycotoxins get into our body. What are these mycotoxins? How they damage our health. How to diagnose mycotoxin disease. And then most importantly, how to get rid of mycotoxins from your body and your life. Now, we really started to find out about the impact of mold mycotoxins because what we saw from the man who discovered what would eventually be penicillin, Dr. Alexander Fleming. And Fleming was known as a very good researcher and scientist, but what Fleming was not very known as, he was not known as very meticulous in his lab. So in Fleming's lab, he had a contamination where the mold mycotoxins got into his plates of bacteria. And in the plates of bacteria, he found that there was an inhibition of the growth of the mold mycotoxins. So there was inhibition of the bacterial growth because of the mold. So what he identified of this factor was eventually found and called to be penicillin. So, excuse me for stepping away for a second there. These, this is what he found. Now, the pharmaceutical companies also capitalized on the effects of mold because what they discovered is that mold mycotoxins interfere with what's called the HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor enzyme, or the HMG-CoA reductase enzyme, and therefore lowered cholesterol down. And this became the first statin drug when that was serendipitously, if you will, discovered that this particular byproduct of mold and as a mycotoxin inhibited the enzyme that made cholesterol. And frankly, medical society has never been, medical care has never, was changed forever. Now, one of the pharmaceuticals in cholesterol was known as Baycol, and this was another pharmaceutical drug that caused such damage that it was pulled from the market and led to a lot of lawsuits as well for the Bayer Corporation because this pharmaceutical was so dangerous, caused such hepatic, liver, and muscle damage, it was pulled from the market. So again, if statin drugs can cause this degree of damage, can it cause more subtle damage? And I believe the answer is yes, and I've seen it in my patients. Now here we have the picture of what looks like common mold. Pretty much any hotel, any shower, I mean, wherever you go may have this there. And this is what we commonly think of as mold. This can be black mold, this can be various color molds, but it is mold. And again, these molds release into the environment, but I'm going to show you, just because you can't see the mold and the mycotoxins doesn't mean they're not there. When you can see them, it's obvious and we need to fix it, but what we don't see can kill us. Now, this was the subject of a very long book. This is about 1,000 pages by Dr. Richie Shoemaker, who was one of the first medical doctors to really come out as a mold expert. And he tells a lot of stories in here, and he has some practical solutions in here. And it is a great read, although it's a very long read. I think you'll get more out of your time spent in my presentation right here. Now, mold and the spores and toxins, again, released from the mold can get into the body through 3 different ways. Number 1, of course, is by breathing it in. Number 2 is by ingesting it on your hands or on food or on surfaces where the mold mycotoxins can be. Or mold mycotoxins can actually be absorbed in through your skin. Now, the good news is they can also come out through your skin with the use of sauna, and I'll be talking about that later in this presentation. Now, here is a list, courtesy of Vibrant Wellness, of the symptoms related to mold mycotoxins. Again, these small particles and molecules released from the mold, because the mold releases them because it wants to set up an environment where mold can grow and dominate. That's what the mold mycotoxins are there for. And in this scenario, we can see that no matter what your symptoms are, they may be from mold. Just starting from the top: fatigue and weakness, coughing and sneezing and wheezing and shortness of breath, loss of balance, depression, anxiety, on and on and on. Irregular heartbeats, that's important to a cardiologist. Abdominal pain, visual changes, poor memory, difficulty concentrating, word finding issues, sleep problems. I mean, this describes everybody. I've seen 35,000 patients in my life. This really describes the vast majority of people. Again, no matter what your issue is, it may be from mold. Again, what are these mold mycotoxins? Okay, they are small molecules and compounds produced by mold and fungi under suitable temperature and humidity, meaning anywhere there is water, there can be mold. It comes from Greek terminology, as most medical terms do. Again, the mold is trying to propagate. It's trying to improve its chances of longevity and success, its survival. And by releasing the mycotoxins, that's how the mold survives, to destroy everything else in its path, including humans, apparently. It can develop on food and crops. Over 300 mycotoxins are known. The effects, again, can be immediate, meaning somebody who's around mold can have cough, fever, brain fog, confusion, heart palpitations, or they can be chronic. Atrial fibrillation, hypertension, diabetes, thyroid, cancer, dementia, you name it. These are known to be cancer forming, and they're also known to cause damage to the unborn child that is still in the womb. So several different testing companies are out there, but I think right now that Vibrant has the best foothold when it comes to testing. And again, as a reminder, I apologize for not including this as a slide. This presentation is for informational purposes only. This is not intended to diagnose, treat, reverse, or cure any disease. Based on what I'm saying, please speak with your medical doctor first before you change anything in your healthcare plan. These are the things that are on the Vibrant Micronutrient Test. 31 different toxins. These are the most common mycotoxins that are in our environment, and these are the ones that are tested for. And I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, 2/3 of the people that I see and test, they're coming up with some elevation. And Vibrant gives us options. They give us either low-level exposure, moderate level, or high-level exposure. And if you are starting to stack those up, having symptoms or not, we got to really take this seriously. Now, here is something called aflatoxin. Aflatoxin is something that is tested from Vibrant America. They are found on certain and released from certain fungi that are on crops like corn and peanuts and cotton and tree nuts. They can, once again, any kind of stored grain can have aflatoxin. On the bottom here, though, that you will see that animals can ingest those mycotoxins, and now they're in the animal flesh or into the dairy, such as milk, cheese, butter, yogurt, or ice cream. And then now we are contaminated from eating those foods. Here's an example of something called aflatoxin B. And aflatoxin B is known to lower glutathione. Glutathione is our body's main antioxidant. Low levels of glutathione are linked to all disease. It diminishes the ability of the enzymes for glutathione production. And then also we have two other super duper antioxidant enzymes called catalase and SOD, superoxide dismutase. And these are also reduced when we are exposed to aflatoxin B. This is research from 2018, and the reference is right there on your screen. Aflatoxin B1 is known to be toxic to heart cells called cardiomyocytes. They impair the mitochondrial function of the cardiomyocyte. They activate reactive oxygen species, leading to oxidative stress, leading to inflammation, and they cause cellular death of heart muscle. 2017. Now, one thing that has been used as a strategy here, I just put this in, and one of my favorite products to use and to use in salad dressing and to different recipes, Nigella sativa is a fantastic product that I love to add in there as well. Citrinin is a mycotoxin often found in food, and it causes other effects that are damaging, just like all of these are, kidney, liver, and other cells. Again, it's found in grain, but can also be in dried fruit and other plant products, including coffee, including tea, beer, and wine. Citrinin does some very damaging things to the body, reduces cytokine production, so inflammation particles. It inhibits RNA, which makes proteins. That would be bad. It inhibits DNA, which of course is involved in cell replication. That would be bad. Induces oxidative stress, inhibits nitric oxide gene expression, which of course is linked to heart disease. Nitric oxide opens up blood vessels, increases perfusion, lowers blood pressure. And then activation of apoptotic cell death via signal transduction pathways. Again, it causes cellular death. Bad, bad news. Ochratoxin is known to cause damage to the kidneys, damage to the liver, damage to the immune system. Don't you think your health is in trouble if ochratoxin is damaging your kidneys, your liver, and your immune system? Guys, this could be really fundamental to what your health issues are. Cancer causing, teratogen causing, you name it. You name it. Okay? We talked also, and then over to the right, again, this is all in the literature. Ochratoxin, again, all these different 31 mycotoxins that we're testing for, inhibits protein synthesis, mitochondrial function. Again, mitochondria are the fuel factories of the cells. They make ATP, they make cellular water. If they're not working, our health is going to suffer, causing increased lipid damage. Now that leads to coronary artery disease, free radical formation. Ochratoxin induced toxicity, oxidative stress, apoptosis again. This is where quercetin can combat that, and quercetin is found in rutin, which is found in one of the products we recommend for detoxification. Ochratoxin interacts with nitric oxide synthase, and then we've got evidence that manganese can help with that. So, of course, manganese is inside of our product solutions as well. Gliotoxin penetrates and impairs the integrity of the human blood-brain barrier. Don't you think you're going to have brain issues if you are not getting, you're causing damage to your blood-brain barrier? So now these things cross the blood-brain barrier and they cause damage to us. Here's a list of foods that contain mold, and you can see just on this picture here, spices and coffee bean, hard cheeses, beer and wine, corn, barley, rye, any kind of grain, peanuts, tree nuts, dried fruits, and even aged meats, cured meats, and this can be especially things that contain sugar as well. So sugar bacon, sugar and hot dogs, all these different places can be prone to mold and should not be consumed by the person affected. Mycotoxins in beer. This is the article from 2018. Mycotoxins in coffee from 2015. And this is why we recommend Purity Coffee, puritycoffee.com. Puritycoffee.com using code Wolfson. Their coffee is tested and has little to zero mold in there. That is really one of their mainstays of what they do for success. Where is mold hiding in your home? Now, this is very important. So now that there is mold in your, where can mold be hiding? And this is why when you are diagnosed with mold mycotoxins, now you need to go find it. And we just talked about food. Now we talk about your personal environment. Anywhere there is water running in your home can be a source of mold. It can be in your laundry room, from your sink and from your washing machine. It can be in your bathroom, under the shower, under the toilet, under the sink, in the kitchen, under the sink, in the water system, in the refrigerator water system or ice maker. It can be in your HVAC system of your house. Of course, from places that leak. It could be in a leaky roof, in your walls, in flooded areas. Where you spilled on your carpet, there could be mold. Basically, again, anywhere that there is water, there can be mold. It could be from moldy and wet towels, or it could be even in your mattress. Your mattress can be a source of mold as well from your perspiration at night. And there's a depiction of mold growing on the inside of a washing machine. This is a major, major source and major factor. Black mold, it can cause pulmonary arterial hypertension from Stachybotrys. We see this in mice back from 2008. Black mold affects the lungs, the muscles, the neurologic system, and is even implicated in autism spectrum disorder. Mycotoxins interfere with actin protein. So actin is a protein that allows for cellular replication. So if your cells and your replication system is being interfered with by mycotoxins, the cells are not going to divide to give you fresh cells where you need them. The actin is found inside of the smooth muscle cells in an artery and of the heart muscle itself. And this is a depiction here where you can see actin are the blue lines over here, and they're in every single muscle cell. So skeletal muscle cells, smooth muscle cells of the heart, of the gastrointestinal tract, and of the arteries. Mycotoxins cause leaky gut. Get that. Mycotoxins cause leaky gut. This article from the Archives of Toxicology 2017 is 22 pages long. 22 pages long on how mycotoxins cause leaky gut. Are you ready to find out if you have mold mycotoxins? Or do you want to just hide under the covers and not tell anybody? Again, our friends at Vibrant have a mold mycotoxin test for you. And don't worry, I'm going to tell you how to get the test shortly. Again, these are the 31 different mycotoxins that Vibrant tests for. These are the most common, and they may be the most damaging, and they also are the most studied. You need to know if you or your family is being exposed. Because don't worry, now that you have the mold mycotoxins, now what? Here comes my plan of what you're going to do with the mycotoxins. First of all, I want you to know if there is a liquid spill, clean it up as soon as possible. Get rid of any source of water like this. Get rid of carpet. Look under floors. Get all surfaces that can be easily wiped and cleaned. And if something spills, clean it up as quickly as you can. Look for water leaks around your house and look for water damage. Look at the walls, look under the countertops. Do the best you can looking for water leaks and looking for mold. And then now you have to hire the mold inspector. And this is probably the most difficult thing of all, to find someone good in your area. And what I would do is I would show them the results of your Vibrant test. And then I would also make sure they're familiar with the symptoms of mold mycotoxin toxicity. And then again, they're able to look for sources of mold. And then also, do they work with companies that can help clean up the mold in a safe and effective fashion so you do not get worsening symptoms during the cleanup process. There's your mold inspector looking in every nook and cranny of your house. While we're waiting for the mold inspection, really, I think everybody should have an air purifier in your house. We sell the ones from Austin Air. These are available on our website, on our shop page, and you can find them in there. We've got 3 air purifiers running in our house full time. If you are, really, I think everybody should have this, because indoor air is much more polluted than outdoor air. And all of this air pollution in general is so damaging to our bodies. And mold just compounds that situation. So here is the lifestyle for detoxification. Maybe you've seen this before on our website, thedoctorswolfson.com, or on our Facebook page. The 10 health commandments. Get responsible paleo, get sunshine, get sleep, get active. I don't like to say exercise, just get active, which can be exercise, or it could be just going outside for a walk. Get hydrated, get chiropractic care, get rid of stress, get away from toxins like mycotoxins, get grounded, and get quality supplements. I want to go back to the get sleep, because in 2009, here's an article, The Effectiveness of Melatonin on mycotoxin in chickens? The answer here is not taking melatonin supplements. The answer is to make your own melatonin by getting sunshine during the day and going to sleep when the sun goes down. And the naturally produced melatonin will help you detoxify mold. Isn't that cool? Food for detox. Here is a picture of our paleo pyramid. And you can see here, these are not moldy foods. This is vegetables. This is meat, seafood, eggs, avocados and coconuts and olives, fruit in season, cooking with healthy oils. On the left, we got free range, grass-fed, organic, and local. The meat, and especially the organ meats, are very detoxifying. They boost up levels of glutathione, which are very important in mold detoxification. Eggs are a great source of glutathione. Eggs contain a lot of amino acids to make glutathione. Eggs contain sulfur to make the amino acids to make glutathione. Eggs are a perfect strategy for detoxification. So we've got information, of course, about this in my book and more about our diet and all these excellent strategies for you as well. One of the things that's not on this list, and I'm not necessarily encouraging it, but there is evidence that dietary honey can improve mold mycotoxin, mycotoxicity as well, that there's vitamins and minerals and all kind of other products that are inside of honey that can help with mycotoxin toxicity. So if you use any kind of sweetener, it should be raw honey. There's something called naringin, and I talked in previous posts about naringin, which comes from citrus, that comes from lemons and limes and grapefruits, that can also be very healing to this particular mold mycotoxin, deoxynin valinol in piglets. So just wanted to show you that, again, we got science, science, science on how this all works. My favorite beverage to drink is Pellegrino. I've got some Pellegrino in my glass right here. The fizz is taken out of it, but you can drink it fizzy. I like it in glass as well. Also, the carbonation can cause a little bit of belching, which I don't want to do on a webinar, so bear with me there. Pellegrino is a mineral water, and the minerals are good, but is the single highest liquid source of sulfur, which, again, sulfur is on the periodic table from high school. And sulfur is just a compound that helps us make the amino acids that make glutathione. And again, glutathione binds onto toxins and we usher it out the body. Another one of my strategies is sauna. Sauna is very important as well. So consider sauna when it comes to health and wellness here. And if you go to our webpage, thedoctorswolfson.com/sauna, you will see the products that we recommend. And here is a personal sauna infrared. This is a picture where I don't necessarily like the tech and the iPad right next to a head. That's not my thing. But again, we've got strategies about successful sauna. And at any time, if you have any questions about any of this, we have free health coaching that can help guide you through this as well. So if you come to our website, thedoctorswolfson.com, there is a pop down that tells you about free health coaching. And here you can see that okra toxin has been found in human sweat. So if you generate sweat through sauna and other benefits of sauna, you're going to detoxify mold mycotoxins. Here's another one of our strategies that we like that really help to destroy and bust up mold in our nasal passages, and also some bacterial, difficult bacteria to kill that can be cofactors with mold. And this is, we like to do this here with the Argentine silver. And we have this on our website, this nasal spray. And you can take a screenshot here or take a picture. You can come back and watch this video anytime you would like about our protocol here. Now, here are the major supplements for mold detoxification. Here's the strategies we want to do. We want to boost glutathione. Number 2, we want to support the liver. And number 3, we want to bind toxins in the gut. Because boosting glutathione, according to an article from 2014, is a good thing because mycotoxins damage the production of glutathione and use up glutathione. And if you have low glutathione, you can't detoxify mold. So now it's this vicious cycle. If you have low glutathione, you're going to leave yourself prone to inflammation, to oxidative stress, to immune dysfunction, and ultimately disease and death. So we want to boost glutathione, and we'll talk about those strategies. Here, boosting glutathione with whey protein counteracts the oxidative stress and DNA damage in the rats who were purposely fed the aflatoxin mycotoxin contaminated diet. This is from 2011. So whey protein is found inside of our strategy that I have coming up called Daily Defense. Liver support. Anything that helps to support the liver, such as silymarin, which is also known as milk thistle. Evidence here from 2014, how again, these liver support products can help with the damage being done from the mycotoxins. Again, liver support in something from green tea, and we have green tea extract inside of our liver support product as well, called Daily Defense. And this may even show that this can help prevent liver cancer. Pretty cool stuff. 2015 article from green tea. And you could drink green tea, excellent, but green tea extract takes you up and above. These are articles about binders. So we've talked about glutathione boosters, we'll talk more. We've talked about liver boosters, we'll talk more. And now we're getting into some of the section on binders. And you can see here that in this scenario, that these two articles written within the past 10 years talk about the ability for binders to, again, help with aflatoxin coming in from food and presumably from breathing in as well. Binders adheres activated carbon, and this is why a lot of products contain different things that contain carbon to help bind these mycotoxins. Here's an article about chlorophyll, so this is why I love our daily greens and our superfood to bind aflatoxin. Cholestyramine would be the medical version of a heavy-duty binder. I do not use this very often, except for in people that are extremely mold toxic and symptomatic, if you will. And here's our product called Daily Defense. I think that this is, if you were going to take one product that is the perfect strategy to help combat mold mycotoxins and everything else toxic in the environment, this is why I invented this product. It contains New Zealand grass-fed whey protein that we just said heals the leaky gut and it can help in addition with mold mycotoxins. It also contains all the different vitamins and minerals that you need. It also contains phase 1 and phase 2 liver support. It contains phase 3 binders such as flaxseed, organic psyllium, and inulin as well. And you can see there toward the bottom, third from the bottom, green tea leaf extract. We've also got digestive enzymes and probiotics inside of this product. Here is an article about ginger inside of the Daily Defense. Ginger can help protect against aflatoxin toxicity. Curcumin inside of my Daily Defense can help prevent the damage from aflatoxin toxicity. Rutin also is beneficial for aflatoxin toxicity. It's inside of my Daily Defense. Probiotics help to get rid of mycotoxins. I recommend probiotics. My product Heart Helpers is perfect for this. And it's also inside of our daily defense. This is a case study, a patient of mine, Mark D., new onset atrial fibrillation. He also has mild high blood pressure, history of anxiety and depression. He's been to so many different doctors, so many different people. Nobody ever diagnosed him with mold mycotoxin illness until I did. And the good news now is that he is on the path to reversal of all of these things, and he feels and he looks great because we diagnosed him, we removed him from the mold situation, and now he got a sauna, and he is eating the right foods, he's following the 10 health commandments, and he's taken the daily defense and the right supplements to heal. So finally, we have this available on our website. We have the mold mycotoxin test available on our website. All you have to do is go to the shop page and you will see the mold mycotoxin test on our website by going to the page. The test, again, you need to get this test done for you, for your health and that of your family, and also for your pets. What happens if you don't test? What happens if you don't look for the truth? What's going to happen to your health or that of your family or that of your pet? We can't just cover our ears or close our eyes or stay under the bed sheets, because that will not protect us. That will not protect us from the toxicity of this 21st century health crisis. Why not get tested? Why not find out the truth? Why not find out the reality? You can get the test. It includes a call with my health coach to go over the results of the test. We will hold your hand personally to recover you through the mold illness. You cannot go without this information. You have to get tested. Here's a 74-year-old female with diabetes and hypertension. Please, please, please do not go through life without getting this information, because now that we know, now we can start the process of fixing you. The medical community, if you take a statin drug, if you take a pharmaceutical, if you have a surgery, it doesn't do anything to fix this. We have to fix it and then our body will heal, but it can't heal while you are being toxically exposed to mold. Here is the test again, mold mycotoxin test from Vibrant Wellness. It is only $399 on our website. $399 to find out what may be the cause of your health problems, of your brain fog, of your weight gain, of your cancer or heart disease, or frequent infections, or visual disturbances, or dizziness, or Parkinson's. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Buy this test now. It's a urine test. We send you out the urine kit. You urinate into the container provided. You send it back to the company. You get the results, we get the results, and then we get to go over it together. You get to go over with one of my health coaches that has gone over so many of these. They are so experienced. We've got you on this. We've got the ability. Now, even if you don't want to get this test, do I think you'll benefit from daily defense? 1,000%. 1,000% you will. But again, you need to get this information as quickly as possible. Somebody asked on this podcast, thank you for saying, is this available in Ireland? I'm not sure the answer to that. What I'd like you to do is to email us at orders@thedoctorswolfson.com, and you can ask them if we're able to ship this kit to Ireland. And it's not so much of shipping the kit, it's what is the validity of the sample to get it back from Ireland. But again, I thank you for your questions. Anybody else who has questions, feel free, because I'll stay on for as long as we need to. And this is the end of my presentation. Mold mycotoxins, 21st century health crisis. I really, really, really implore you to get tested and to figure this out with yourself as well. I think there may be another comment in the chat box here. What was that email again? I just typed it into here. It's orders@thedoctorswolfson.com. Doctors is abbreviated. Orders@thedoctorswolfson.com. If we can ship it to you, I certainly would love to, because Ireland, although we said mold can happen anywhere, it's probably more likely to happen in more of a wet, a very humid environment. But again, it can happen anywhere too. So apparently we can ship to other countries. So the best way to do this here, because shipping will be more expensive than the $3.99. We may have to upcharge on this, but go ahead and speak to our team over at Orders at the Doctors Wolfson, and we'll take care of that as well. So any other questions? Holly or Hona, any questions that you have, let me know. And once again, yes, you can order it online, but we are going to have to charge you a higher amount for shipping as well. So we're getting that also from a rep who is at the company. So there we go. Again, if you do order the test, one of our health coaches will go over the results with you to, again, help hold your hand to what we do about it, to how we find the mold in your house, how you clean out the air, and then how you get the mold out of your body. So once again, this comes with a health coaching consult as well. So we have that there. Okay, well, listen, you always have the ability to email us questions, health@thedoctorswolfson.com. You can also join us and ask us questions on Facebook and the Natural Heart Doctor group, where I'm going to replay this presentation. So I will be